Think how ironic that Whoopi Goldberg and Joy Behar and the rest of the ladies on The View spend their time calling Republicans the conspiracy theorists, but they have been wrong about everything they have said over the last couple of years.
Democrats and the media are now unloading all their nasty attacks on rising Trump White House star and new press secretary, Karoline Leavitt.
This might be the most explosive legal brawl daytime TV has ever witnessed. A lawsuit so gigantic it's tearing at the seams of one of television's most legendary talk shows. Karoline Leavitt, a rising political powerhouse, has now landed right in the center of a media storm, and The View is spiraling into chaos. After hurling on-air insults and stinging personal attacks, the co-hosts of The View are facing a brutal backlash, and it's enormous. Karoline didn't shrink away. She struck back with a jaw-dropping $800 million 0-cents lawsuit that's rattling the entertainment world to its core. Inside ABC, it's total panic. Reports say Whoopi Goldberg, Joy Behar, and Sunny Hostin are scrambling, some even pleading with Karoline to pull the plug. But she's holding firm. This isn't just tabloid drama, it's a full-blown disaster with everything on the line. It all kicked off when The View aired a ruthless segment, tearing into Karoline's politics, belittling her achievements, and throwing out insult after insult without holding back. But Karoline didn't blink. She answered with a lawsuit so powerful, it sent legal shockwaves through ABC headquarters. The message in her filing? Crystal clear. She claims the show tried to ruin her name, crush her credibility, and derail her political career. And now, the very women who once mocked her on live TV are watching their show dangle on the edge of collapse.
This morning, ABC News suspending Whoopi Goldberg for 2 weeks. ABC News President Kim Godwin saying in a statement, effective immediately, I am suspending Whoopi Goldberg for 2 weeks for her wrong and hurtful comments. While Whoopi has apologized, I've asked her to take time to reflect and learn about the impact of her comments.
Now, words matter, and mine are no exception. I regret my comments, as I said.
Voters do not agree with these despicable women on The View. They are wildly out of touch with the vast majority of Americans, and frankly, they should seek immediate help.
A bombshell insider confession rocked the story. They never expected Karoline to fight back. They thought she'd walk away quietly, but now she's charging full speed into the courtroom, and behind the scenes, the panic is real. Joy Behar, famous for her loose lips, is reportedly losing sleep, terrified of the financial fallout and what this could do to her career. Whoopi Goldberg, who's weathered plenty of controversy before, is said to be scrambling in secret, trying to defuse the ticking bomb behind closed doors. And Sunny Hostin, normally calm and collected, now she's allegedly in full meltdown. Worried her own on-air words might land her in hot water, legally and personally. This isn't just some celebrity spat, it's a major flashpoint in the battle between media muscle and political reckoning. Karoline's lawsuit doesn't mince words. She's accusing The View of launching a full-on smear campaign and hiding it behind cackling laughter and talk show lights. And she's coming for blood. Karoline says, this show has a pattern, lifting up certain women while tearing down others. Her lawsuit demands $800 million, 0 cents in damages, a number so massive it could bankrupt the very show that mocked her. ABC executives are reportedly in full-blown meltdown, terrified as sponsors threaten to walk and viewers tune out in disgust. In a shocking behind-the-scenes twist, sources say the hosts themselves are now trying to contact Karoline, begging to settle the case quietly before it destroys everything. But inside ABC's walls, it's chaos. Producers are begging the host to stay quiet, fearing that even one off-screen comment could unleash another round of legal hell. But silence isn't working. It's only adding fuel to the fire. Across the country, angry viewers are calling it out. How could a show that claims to champion women go after one with such venom? One post went viral for saying it loud and clear: The View uplifts women unless they're conservative. That message caught fire, and the internet hasn't stopped buzzing since.
Sonny, you have a legal note.
I do have a legal note. Thank you, Whoopi. Matt Gaetz has long denied all allegations, calling the claims, quote, invented, and saying in a statement to ABC News that this false smear following a 3-year criminal investigation should be viewed with great skepticism. That DOJ investigation was closed with no charges being brought.
We'll be right back.
Bang, Rowan, I couldn't do that at 27. No nonsense, straight to the point. coverage, detail.
Karoline's supporters are rising like a tidal wave. To them, she's not just a former press secretary, she's a fearless fighter taking on a media machine that's gone unchecked for far too long. And her legal team, they've hit the ground running. The case they've crafted is loaded with specifics, pulling direct quotes from the broadcast and proving that the attacks weren't random, they were cold, targeted, and vicious. Each line in that lawsuit lands like a punch to the gut. This isn't about one insult or one episode. It's a direct challenge to the unchecked power of TV hosts who think they're untouchable. But now, that shield is cracking wide open. And the fallout? It's spreading like wildfire. Insiders reveal that several of The View's advertisers are watching this unfold with dread, terrified that a public trial could drag their brands into the scandal and associate them with slander and political bias. Behind the scenes, ABC's legal squad is reportedly in overdrive, working late into the night to try and contain this ticking time bomb. But Karoline isn't backing down. She's drawing a line in the sand. This fight isn't about vanity. It's about making the media answer for their actions. Across the internet, her fans are cheering her name, calling her a truth teller, a force of courage, and the exact kind of leader the country needs right now. They see her doing what others fear, finally putting media elites on notice. Yes, The View has seen drama before, but nothing close to this level of destruction. This isn't a scandal. This is a crisis. Joy Behar, once quick with a smirk, is now reportedly in full-blown panic, begging her co-hosts to rein it in before the whole show crumbles to pieces. And Whoopi? That signature calm swagger is reportedly gone. Sources say she's shaken, facing the terrifying truth that this lawsuit could stick to her name forever.
So thrilled to have you with me. And you would think, ABC, having just paid $15 million for a defamation lawsuit, would think not to engage in conspiracy theories about assassination attempts, but I guess that's too much to ask from The View. I mean, I gotta ask you, because they said it, are you aware of any plots from Elon Musk to push President Trump down the stairs?
I don't care if he's pooped his pants. I don't care if he can't put a sentence together. Show me he can't do the job, and then I'll say, okay, maybe it's time to go.
And Sunny Hostin, typically cool and composed, is now reportedly consulting her own legal team. Why? Because she's unsure whether her own words could land her in financial ruin. The fear is spreading fast, and it's infecting every corner of The View studio. Even the crew backstage isn't immune. Writers and producers are walking on eggshells, knowing that anything said live could end up as courtroom evidence. The air is thick with anxiety. Every glance, every whisper, laced with dread. Behind ABC's closed doors, executives are whispering about options once considered unthinkable. One terrifying possibility now making rounds, canceling The View outright. With an $800 million 0-cent legal nuke hovering overhead, nothing feels certain anymore. And as court documents continue to trickle out into the public, the intensity only climbs. Legal insiders say this is no ordinary lawsuit. It's one of the most high-stakes cases the media world has faced in years. A landmark moment that could change how TV handles political discourse. At an end, Karoline's attorneys have drawn a hard line. There will be no quiet retreat, no quick escape. And those behind-the-scenes apologies from The View's hosts, they might be coming far too late and doing far too little. The public can't look away. More and more people are tuning in, not just to see a legal brawl, but to witness a cultural flashpoint unfold live, step by step, inside a courtroom. Karoline's bold refusal to be silenced has ignited a firestorm across the country. She's not just defending herself, she's leading a national charge against media manipulation and one-sided smear campaigns. This is no ordinary moment, it's history being written in real time. Her courtroom stand isn't just brave, it's a calculated move. Top legal minds are calling it one of the most fearless and financially devastating cases ever launched against a TV giant. That $800 million 0-cents price tag, it's more than money. It's a message about dignity, destruction, and the cost of reckless mockery aired in front of millions. For The View, it's no longer a lawsuit, it's a death sentence waiting to be signed. And while ABC scrambles behind the scenes, hoping to find an escape route, Karoline's legal team is charging forward without pause. According to insiders, there will be no secret deals, no whispered settlements. What they want is loud, public, and undeniable. full accountability.
Most divisive and disgusting speech that any president, certainly in my lifetime, has ever given. He essentially waged war on half of the country by saying that we are all a threat to democracy because we believe in putting America first. It's not radical to want to put your country and your own people first. It's not radical to want to have a strong border, a strong military, and to unleash the might of your own economy, not economies around the world. You know, we have seen cultural Marxism trickling its way through every institution in this country. The public school system, the higher education university system, Hollywood, big tech, the corrupt mainstream media that I fought against in President Trump's White House are indoctrinating my generation of Americans into hating our country, hating one another based on race and gender and sex and all of this other BS, quite frankly.
While the hosts scramble to clean up the mess, Karoline is surging ahead, fiercer and more focused than ever. Her mission is crystal clear: make powerful media figures answer for every reckless word. And her supporters? They're flooding her with praise, calling her bold, fearless, and a woman who refuses to bow to the media elite. And she's not alone in this battle. Ex-industry insiders, political heavyweights, and even celebrities are stepping into the spotlight. Many saying The View didn't just slip up, they crossed a dangerous line that cannot be ignored. This lawsuit, it's not just legal action, it's a full-on public statement. Karoline isn't tossing out a warning, she's launching a direct assault on an industry used to operating without consequences. Joy, Whoopi, and Sunny may have felt protected behind their polished studio desks, but that illusion is falling apart fast. Inside ABC, executives are reportedly holding emergency meetings, desperately trying to salvage the show's shattered image. But it may be too late. The damage was public, it was sharp, and it's not fading anytime soon, especially when the target was someone guilty of nothing more than having a different opinion. For years, conservative voices have whispered about mistreatment on The View, but Karoline, she's the first to fight back with the full force of the law, and it could bring the whole show crashing down. Now headlines are swirling like a storm, and the legal heat is only growing hotter. Insiders are saying unless the show offers a public apology soon, the backlash could spiral out of control. What used to be a daytime powerhouse is now caught in a tailspin of disgrace. Meanwhile, Karoline, she's climbing higher, using the chaos as fuel, stepping through the flames with an army of supporters at her back. She's proved one undeniable truth: no matter how big the media machine is, it can be challenged, it can be confronted, and it can be brought to its knees by someone brave enough to stand their ground. Her legal team isn't slowing for anything, methodically building a case that could shake the very foundation of how America defines free speech, accountability, and media power.
So, how you feel? I'll start. Yeah, go ahead.
My takeaway is that the system works. We live in a democracy. People spoke. This is what people wanted. I vehemently disagree with the decision that Americans made, but I feel very, very hopeful that we have a democratic system in this country. We should value it. We should love it. We should protest if the situation.
What still excites you about coming to work here?
Getting paid. I do enjoy a paycheck. I'm not going to lie. But, you know, listen, this is a place where you can come and say what you think, you know, and as long as that is what the job is, I'm happy to be here. I just leave. I go home. I go home to my life, and I take care of my cat and do all the stuff I'm supposed to.
The era of hiding behind laughter is crashing down, especially when the pain caused is deep, real, and lasting. What started as one segment on national television has exploded into a massive cultural and legal firestorm that no one can ignore. Karoline supporters say this fight goes way beyond politics. It's about the line between honest opinion and personal destruction. And that line? They say it was crossed in front of a live audience of millions. Even longtime fans of The View are now split. Some are shocked at how out of control it's become, while others are quietly slipping away, distancing themselves from a show that may have pushed the limits one time too many. The numbers don't lie. Ratings are sinking fast, and with them, the trust that once kept The View at the top of daytime TV. Behind closed doors, ABC execs are said to be scrambling, some already mapping out an emergency emergency exit plan if the lawsuit keeps snowballing. This isn't just a PR hiccup, this is the kind of reputational wreckage that may never fully heal. Former insiders are now coming forward, some anonymously, claiming this toxic tone didn't come out of nowhere. According to them, the warning signs were there for years. If what they're saying is true, Karoline's lawsuit may just be the beginning, the opening crack in a much larger collapse. And while the storm outside grows louder, Karoline keeps moving with unshakable calm, fulfilling her duties and rising stronger each day. She hasn't blinked, not once. And the public has taken notice. Her rise from media target to respected figure is powerful and impossible to ignore. This lawsuit has become more than legal drama. It's a reflection of everything breaking inside mainstream media. People everywhere are asking, who else might be next? Who else will be forced to face the consequences of their words? Because this has gone way past viral clips and soundbite wars. This is now about truth, consequences, and respect. It's about choosing honesty without tearing lives apart in the process. And here's the bitter twist. The View, a show that built its brand on uplifting women's voices, is now being accused of silencing and humiliating a woman simply because she didn't share their point of view.
Like we have seen in 2 instances against President Trump. Last week, Tim Walz and Kamala Harris said that everyone who showed up to President Trump's rally at Madison Square Garden was a Nazi. That's despicable, dangerous, divisive rhetoric that is spewed by the Democrat Party every single.
Karoline's politics haven't changed, but it's her fearless courage that's turning her into a national force. She didn't just go toe-to-toe with the biggest names in daytime TV. She made them face a truth they never thought they'd have to answer for. Across America, the fallout is real. Sponsors are backing away, legal fees are skyrocketing, and The View's reputation is falling apart. All because they misjudged the one woman they tried to ridicule. They thought Karoline would crumble. They thought she'd disappear under pressure. But instead, she rose up, louder, fiercer, and more powerful than they ever imagined. This was never just about a TV moment. It exploded into a war between honesty and spin, between integrity and mockery, and Karoline Leavitt didn't just endure it, she owned it. Now The View is staring down its darkest hour. Lawsuits looming, ratings plummeting, and voices everywhere demanding the show be taken off the air for good. The same show that once claimed to give women a platform is now being exposed for shutting down the ones who dare to challenge their script. And the American people, they're wide awake, and they're not forgetting any of it. And even if that $800 million 0 cents lawsuit never sees a courtroom, one truth is already clear. Karoline has already won where it counts, in the eyes of the people. With fierce determination and quiet strength, she's turned humiliation into a national reckoning. Ugh. She's shown what many feared to say. Even the biggest voices in television can't hide forever. Power doesn't protect you when the truth comes crashing through. And as this dramatic saga nears its final scene, one message couldn't be louder. Truth matters, and betrayal has a cost. This isn't just a legal story, it's a battle over what kind of media America deserves. Whether The View finds a way to survive or collapses in disgrace, one thing is undeniable. Karoline Leavitt has rewritten the rules, and the whole world is watching.